Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome back to episode 3 of Crusader Kings 2. We are playing as the Duke of Burgundy and we have the Reaper's Due DLC on. We are also, at this current point, trying to take some land. I'm not too sure. Oh yeah, we've got people revolting all over the place. We've got people sort of fleeing from our court. We've got a child that lacks an education focus. Let's go and give you etiquette so you get some decent diplomacy. We can marry you off, maybe get some sort of alliance or something like that. We've got a revolt that we're trying to deal with. Doesn't have a huge amount of men, so we might just want to sort of try and get him. Oh, we've ran into West Francian army there. Always annoying when you run in and end up having to fight an army which wasn't the army you were intending to fight. But hopefully we will take this back. Now, it does look like we've lost Charlenay there. This is the county of Charlenay. Used to be part of ours. We'll see what happens. We might have to take some stuff back. Riding through the countryside together with my escort, I come upon a lonely inn. It is empty inside, empty aside from a nervous-looking innkeeper who nevertheless promises food and wine at a very reasonable price. My party and I sit down at a table. Innkeeper, bring us what you have to offer. Soon after the innkeeper disappears into the kitchen, we notice a foul odour emanating from somewhere below the floorboards. One of my escorts pulls open a loose board to reveal a massive manure pit. Before we can react further to this bizarre find, the floor explodes beneath my feet. Kaboom! Duke Theodoric of Burgundy dies. Okay, so we've lost somebody already. We have a new heir. Let's pause up. At age 7, King Pepin of West Francia dies under suspicious circumstances. Okay, so we need to nominate a successor, which probably doesn't want to be our uncle. It probably wants to be... Who have we got that's decent? You're 11, 4, 10. You got crap Marshal. It probably does want to be you. We've got open council positions for, like, everybody. You're going to be our Chancellor, whether you like it or not. You're a malcontent, but deal with it. You're going to be our Marshal. You are going to be our Spy Master, and you are going to be our Court Chaplain. So now we need to sort of... sort everybody out again. We are still at war with our uncle. Just over that province there, so we will move in here and deal with that. We've not actually got any troops, any people leading this army. We'll put you in the centre. You might instantly get killed off, but we might be alright. Minor titles. We do have commander positions here. We don't have that eunuch anymore, which is a little bit disappointing. Most of you guys have got really terrible martial or combat modifiers. Some of you aren't too bad. But the majority of you are terrible. So let's just put a few people in there. Let's make sure we've got some commanders leading this army now. We have. We will move in there. It's only 79 men. We should be able to deal with that. And we need to sort out what our council is doing as well. So our marshal is leading an army. I'd prefer you to be training troops. You are you were collecting taxes. You can carry on with that. You can carry on studying technology. So you go down there, and you are going to improve relations with the Pope. And who do we need to improve relations with internally now? So that is us. So probably you, Auxerre. So let's go and get our Chancellor. And you're going to improve relations over there. We'll let this battle sort of carry on. Because we need to get this over and done with. We'll just siege this out now and sort of take it back. We still have that claim that we can press, although we're a little bit weaker now. Looks like we've got another revolt. A message about inviting to a plot. Your wisdom and mercy are legendary. We would like you to back a plot to fabricate a claim on the Kingdom of East Francia. King Griffo of West Francia. That might be a little bit risky. I mean, this guy does have a lot of stuff going on right there. We will back that plot. I've tried to make the count... Right, so you've done more harm than good, which is hardly a surprise because you are a malcontent. As he's growing older, I can see that Adalem could use some guidance from my experienced areas. Again, let's try and make him ambitious if possible. Hopefully we'll win this siege and it won't take too long. He's developing a stubborn streak. Well, we prefer him to become proud than stubborn. The Lords of West Francia have approved the institution of tax-shifted burgher obligations law. Okay. Some quite big armies trotting around here. This is the West Francian Revolt. But hopefully we'll get this sorted. We're at 90% anyway. And then hopefully we can drop our levies before they get attacked. This is a girl, so I'm not going to rename her because I don't... Oh, didn't even see what that one was. I accidentally clicked... I was about to click on this when another pop-up arrived. Funnily enough, I noticed a couple of days ago, somebody commented on one of my EU4 videos and says, why do I pause the game every 2 minutes? And this is the reason why. You cannot do anything in a Paradox game without pausing because you go to click on something, and just as you're about to click it, another pop-up opens and you end up clicking that. So, it's very annoying. Let's go and offer peace here. So, you are now locked up. And that should give that back to us. So that war is over. We're going to go ahead and... oh, no. We want to disband the levies so that they can rebuild. We've got a relatively decent amount of money. So we could go ahead and build the castle town to improve the tax income. Because then we can just build more buildings. So yeah, we would still like to press this claim on Omens, which we certainly could do. But we'll just keep out of the way of these armies for the time being. We don't want to be crushed by them. Council is discontent. Liege's council is discontent. Seems if the councils were prohibited by law from forming and joining factions, they may now do so. This could potentially destabilise the realm. So what's this? Your council has been discontent for 16 months and will be until 778 May. So it's only about another 6 months. This means if councillors were prohibited by law... Right, so they might join... Basically, they may join a faction. That's all it's really saying. So that should be fine. My uncle is complaining about his cell. Let's chuck him in the oublet then. That's fine. Apparently, we are getting some factions. Increased power in West Francia. Again, the game keeps unpausing, which is a real pain. Prince Theodoric for Middle Francia. You're not my Theodoric, are you? Where are we? What have we got here? Independence. The Duke of Franconia. So none of this is really against me. These ones are, of course. My uncle and... See, how can my uncle be plotting against me? You're in prison. And Adalem for Burgundy. You're the claimant. You're my half-brother. Can't really stop any of that. What about any plots? No plots going on at the moment. We're still back in this plot here. We'll keep that going for a little while. See what happens. My wife is pregnant, but that can't be right, can it? You are probably paranoid. No, you're gregarious. You're trusting. You're craven. You're also Midas touched. You have good stewardship. Crap everything else. Let's go ahead and put you on hunting. See if we can at least get a hunting dog. I mean, your diplomacy is terrible. We'd probably like to do that, but we'll see if we can get a hunting dog first, and then we'll switch over to one of the diplomacy ones. Mission to Rome has been a success. Well, at least one of our council is doing something useful. I was fed up with the courtier's constant nagging about a decrepit bridge that needed fixing and decided to inspect it myself. And the courtier is my wife. The bridge is inspected. If I had not trusted the Duchess, I wouldn't be alive. I was hanging from a broken edge on the bridge with my one hand, and the other was firmly held by Gerberga. The bridge was about to break, and she told me to let go of the bridge, and as I did that, she pulled me up and onto the bridge and saved my life. Fair enough. Would that army please go away? You are becoming ambitious. Lose willful, become ambitious. Yeah, that'll be fine. You've inherited the Duchy of Lower Lorraine and other titles from Duke Wido, or Wido of Lower Lorraine. We've still got the revolt going on, though. Another child lacks an education focus. You are my half-brother. Nibelung Nibelung. You probably want to be Marshal. And you are 12 years old. You're going to need a wife. Countess of Boulogne. Sure, why not? And Nibelung Nibelung should probably be the successor. Because you're locked up. You're an idolizer. +1 learning. You're fussy. You're ambitious. You've already got good skills. You should definitely be the one we are nominating here. Have a new heir. Things might change, of course. Jul Adlelm. Young Adlelm has finished his education in the ways of war. It is evident that he has excelled in his studies. He's a skilled tactician. Betrothed can marry. We'll go ahead and get that going on anyway. Yeah, we don't really want to duel him, do we? He's our half-brother. He hates us. Now, he's the one that we are... No, he's not the one. It's Nibelung that we are voting for. So, what would be the benefit of dueling him? Challenge him to a duel to uphold your honour. He has 15 martial compared to my 12 martial. And we're craven. He'll probably kill me. Let's do it. Adlelm Nibelung has chosen to accept your challenge to personal combat. The duel will take place in the next few days. The duel starts violently as your tactics is to strike Adlelm Nibelung's guard repeatedly until it folds. However, you seem to be unable to overwhelm his as he blocks and evades your every attack with ease. As time passes, you grow more and more fatigued, and predicting Adlelm Nibelung's maneuvers gets all the more challenging. You curse your slow reactions and try to parry a high attack, which he used to feint into a low blow, striking at your legs. The resulting wound isn't fatal, but hinders your movement, and you reluctantly yield to your opponent. So we lose some prestige, and we become wounded. See, I didn't really want this guy to be my ruler anyway, so if he gets killed off, I'm not all that bothered. Marriage proposals are going ahead. We've still got factions. Council is still discontent, but that won't be for too much longer. Mission to Auxerre has now been a success. This is what we're trying to do here. We're trying to improve relations with our vassals. I thought you were locked up. No, but you're Aries. We need to improve relations with you as well. There's quite a few people that we need to improve relations with. We could go and hand out some of our... honorary titles, I suppose. Let's make you the High Almoner. Let's go and make you the Master of the Horse. We're not bothered about you because you're locked up. Castletown has been built. We have a son. So let's start naming these after Patreon supporters. So you're going to be Githian. So if you do want to get yourself included in these games, and I can't guarantee how long you're going to live, but if you do want to get yourself included in these games, then if you'd like to support me on Patreon, there's a reward level where you can get put in. And any game where I can name characters or religions or cities and things after supporters, I generally will, as long as I remember. And it's sort of my top tier patrons that get that privilege, but when I run out of names for the top tier guys, I do tend to start filling in, working down the list. So, you know, even if you just want to throw me $1, there's every chance that you might get into one of these Let's Plays. Looks like we have an epidemic still. It's that measles. It's smallpox now, really spreading. The old wound is aggravating and painful. We now have an infection. Looks like we're not going to be around for too much longer. I don't mind that too much, actually. I think the kid that we've got coming in, it looks like he might actually be quite decent, especially if his education goes well. Okay, things are still going well in Auxerre. That is good. Your liege king Griffo of West Francia has decided to seclude himself and his court from the outside world in order to avoid the ongoing epidemic. The gates of Merlin have been shut and any landed councillors have been sent back to their homes. So our opinion of him changes, or for the better or the worse, or we lose... Yeah, we don't want to go into seclusion. We'll just take the extra opinion of him. Okay, that is our spy master. We are gaining some more tech. That is fine. We will probably want to build a hospital as soon as well. How much is that going to set us back? I'm guessing quite a bit. 100. No, we can afford to get the hospital. What have we got here? Message about a call to arms. To the thrifty Duke Theoden, may you live in harmony and contentment. We request that you honour your obligation and answer this call to arms against. But it doesn't say who. This is the leader of the West Francian Revolt. We wouldn't lose any prestige. But it may make us an alliance breaker in the eyes of the world. How many men do we have? 1.27k. That's quite small, to be honest. So, unwon of the West Francian Revolt against King Griffo of the West Francian Revolt. I think I'm going to decline this one. Simply because I think that the King's got the larger forces here. And what was that one's education focus? You're not particularly good at anything. We'll put you on to struggle. We'll try and get you some stuff. I mean, you are actually our son. And you actually named him... after your father. Okay, fair enough. Oh good, more tech. That's actually going to really help. According to Chancellor Childebrand, the peasants of Dijon have started a delightful tradition where the peasantry from several villages meets up and dance, feast and pair up for future marriage. By promoting this tradition, Childebrand believes that the country will... the country will develop a strong local culture that will attract more peasants. So we can spend a little bit of gold. Gain some prestige, an extra local tax modifier. It also increases prosperity. So yeah, we definitely want to go ahead and do that. Of course, the downside of prosperity is it does help diseases and things spread faster. Yeah, look how small this revolt is. It's tiny. So I'm glad that I didn't do that. We are now known as the Lord of Burgundy. Was I not already? So we've got the Duchy of Burgundy, County of Nevers, Dijon, and Vexin. Still got that weak claim on Amains. Is that something we can push now? Obviously, there's a lot of disease and stuff going on up here at the moment, so we've got to be careful about that. Who's the top liege there? It is just you. You've got 755 men compared to my over 1,000, so I could take that fight. However... it's a little bit dangerous that we might run into the revolt, and there's also the disease up there. We have a new heir. Now, that is unfortunate. I mean, it's not the end of the game because he's still a member of our dynasty, but the one we were voting for isn't happening. So, Count Nibelung of Charlenay, so you are... that's unfortunate. The two people are voting for you. So you're voting for him, are you? And who else was it? And Count Arenold of Auxerre, so that's you. You like us. You shouldn't be doing that. You need to disappear, I believe. 30% plot power. Who can we get involved in this? A few people. Oh, send you a bribe. Send gift. There we go. 18 ducats. It's about all we can afford. Try and kill this guy off if we can. Surely there should be more chance of it happening when there's... Oh, High Chief has usurped the title of the Chiefdom of Anhalt from... our courtier. That's interesting. We still need to try and suck up to these people. You are our Chancellor. So you can't really suck up to yourself. Don't really want him to be our next ruler, but there's not an awful lot we can do about that at the moment. I guess we could put him in charge of an army and try and get him killed. That's not a bad idea, actually. And I think that might be something that I try on the next video. Just put him in charge of an army and send him up here to where all the disease is to go and try and win this fight. Yep, I'm actually thinking that that might be the way to go. Got another revolt over here, call to arms. Again, we wouldn't lose any prestige for doing this. This is the West Francian Revolt. We are going to decline. We don't really want to get involved in that. But on the next video, I think we'll raise the army. And I think we will put our Chancellor. So Chancellor Childebrand, we are going to make you a commander. So we want, assuming we can, he should be in there. There he is. You're going to be leading troops, good sir, and getting yourself killed. But we will do that on the next video. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hope you are still enjoying Crusader Kings 2. I'll see you next time, and until then, goodbye for now.